Welcome back, everybody, to the Trading Blueprint series. This is honestly one of the most important topics that needs to be covered in this series, so you guys should pay very close attention. It's going to be about backtesting, right? Because if you guys don't know, backtesting is a very key component to determining whether your strategy works or not, right? We need to test it on the previous data to see if it works or not for us to know if it will even work in the future. Because if it doesn't work in the past, why would we expect it to work in the future? So it's a good way for us to get a quick test, quick understanding of whether or not our strategy works in the past, right? So if it doesn't work, we'll scrap the idea, we'll change it up, or if it works, we're gonna keep building off of it. Now, this video, I want to explain to you guys how to actually backtest, how to properly track things, how to set up your platform, and what platform you're going to use to backtest, right? The platform I'm going to tell you guys to use, this is the one I've used before. I've used many others in the past. I've used regular TradingView replay mode. I've looked at TradeZilla a little bit. I've looked at FX replay, but the one we're going to mainly be using is FX replay. That's the one I'm going to recommend you guys to use, and that's the one I'll have a link in the description so you guys can set up an account with them right away. But in this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to set up your account with them and get your whole kind of setup or station, FX replay station ready set up pretty much. So let's hop onto the screen. Now we're here. When you go to the FX replay website, it's gonna take you over here, right? Backtest your strategy. You're gonna want to click up here, try for free. Okay, it's gonna take you over here. Now, what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to sign up with any account. Honestly, I'll sign up with a fake account just for temporary purposes. After you put in your details, you want to click create your account. It's gonna say let's get started. We can put RO trades here, and we can put our password. And then next. Oh, sweet. Okay, we have to change this. All right, I'm gonna pause this and change this. All right, once you put your password and then you click next, it will say, okay, you're gonna have to verify your account. So now go and verify. Once you're verified, you should show up something like that. And you're gonna be taken to this screen where you can choose what package you wanna sign up with. Now, don't go with the beginner. What you guys are gonna do, you're gonna wanna click on monthly. And you're gonna want to sign up with Pro Trader. Okay, all of these have a 5-day free trial. I recommend Pro Trader because it has the best of the best functionality you get with FX replay. It's not worth it going straight for the backtesting feature or the beginner mode because you're very, very limited to what you can do. So start off with the Pro Trader, take advantage of their 5-day free trial and use it to your best, as much as you can, pretty much. So you're gonna want to start your 5-day free trial. Okay, you can use that to your advantage. If you want, you guys can, I guess, make new accounts and keep using their free trial. But then what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to check out and sign up with this, right? You're gonna have a free trial. It's not gonna charge you right away, $35. If you guys don't want to follow through with it, you can cancel before the 5-day trial ends. You can honestly cancel it right after you check out, and you'll not be charged at all, and you'll still have 5-day free trial. So do what you guys want. Let me finish this process up. Now, once you guys finish the process, it'll show you that page. Now, how do you want to describe your trading experience? It doesn't really matter which one you guys press. Just put whatever selection. I don't even think it makes a difference. I just want to gather data. What are you most trading interested? We could do a little bit of everything. Okay. You had a most traded by starting out, blah, blah, blah. This is an introduction guide. I didn't watch this, but you guys are watching a guide on how to set up FX replay. So I'm going to tell you guys how to actually backtest the way I do it. So first, when you pop up here, it's going to show you the screen. You're going to want to start your trading session, right? These are going to be your stats. So when you actually track your trades, they'll tell you how much time you invested into the backtesting, how much data you've went back and actually tested, trades you've taken on the backtest, your overall win rate on your backtest, and just overall much more detailed statistics. I think there's a separate page for statistics, but we'll go over that once we start our session. So a session is going to be basically the backtest period that you're going to range. You're going to want to create a backtest period. So you're going to click create new session. Your name your session, we could be like test. We could be like backtest session. Okay, we could put an account balance of 50,000. Okay, because a lot of you guys are going to be trading 50K accounts with a funded account. So you're going to want to put the account balance at 50K. The next asset you're going to want to put is going to be NQ. Well, I personally trade NQ. You guys are going to put whatever you guys want to trade. But if you guys don't know what to trade, put NQ because that's what I teach you guys how to trade. Now, chart layout, you're going to leave this blank. I've never personally made a chart layout, but I think that's if you want to make a default layout whenever you're starting up a new page. You guys can add that if you want, but we'll leave it at that. Initially, this is going to be the time where your backtest session starts. And remember, you can't change this once you put it. You're going to have to make a new session. So what I would recommend is start at least at the minimum the past 3 months. 4 to 6 months would be better. A year would be best, but to get a real quick understanding of the recent market, whether your strategy works out in the recent market, try to go for the past 4 months. So start from, you could do October, November. You could do October 1st. You want to click OK. End date, you're going to put today, which is going to be February. We'll just put February 5th. That's their last data they have. And then you're kind of set. I'm curious what this advanced session is. I haven't seen this before. Oh, okay, so it kind of gives you more details. So you also have the option to put, if you have multiple strategies that you want to test out, you can also create multiple strategies and add it here. Chart layout, description, and then account balance. Okay, the account balance is set, and then asset. Okay, it's just kind of, you can also configure all these settings after you make your session, but for now, we're just going to go with the quick session approach. We have all our settings over here. Back to session, 50K account. These are the dates that we're trading in between, and we're going to create the session. Now, this is going to be our backtest session. We're going to hit play, right? This is remaining 128 days, how many days we have left for the entire backtest session. These are some buttons for stats, edit the name, copy, whatever view session. But we're going to play. Play is going to launch us to the simulation so we can test out our strategy. Now, this on the right is filters. Okay, these, okay, you're going to select your country. I would say put United States because that'll give you all the data for the NQ market for all the US markets. So this is going to give you, it's going to give you all the data for it. You can drag the slider left and right to kind of get it out of the way or minimize it. I would say keep it like right here so you can visualize what news events are being released. Because if there's news, you guys have seen my news video. If you haven't, I highly recommend you check it out. I explain more about how I trade news, how you should trade news, and how to know what news is going on. And this is really good because it tells you what news are being released on the day that you're backtesting. And you want to put your time zone to the time zone you're in. I'm in Los Angeles, so I'll put right here. And yeah, you're going to see it's a complete default trading view chart. You guys can customize this to your liking. Click on settings, customize the body, the candlesticks, the canvas, whatever, change the background color, whatever you guys want. I personally don't really play around with it. Maybe the max I do is change the color. So it's a candlestick that I like to use, that I trade with, so it's easier to my eye. So I personally trade with green and black colors. So I make all of these black. Okay. This is exactly how my trading view charts are set up. Okay, everything is black except for the body of the up candles. Now, so what your first thing you're going to want to do is, I know it's a little overwhelming, there's a lot of buttons. Click on this button over here, go to. You're going to want to click custom settings. Okay, you're going to adjust these settings for the different sessions. I don't personally trade these London session, whatever, Asian session. I only trade New York session, and I only change this one, next day open. I set this to 9:30 a.m. because 9:30 a.m. is when all the New York time market opens. I don't know why they didn't set that by default, but because it's in New York time, you just put 9:30 by default. Anyways, whatever. So now we're gonna start it at 9:30. Okay, we're gonna click right now. This starts at the next day. It literally starts at the next day. We're gonna click go to next day open. This is gonna take us right to when market opens. Actually, we should set this to 6:29. Oh, we can't. Okay. We can leave this at 6:30. But remember, if you're testing a breakout strategy that requires an entry at 6:30, for example, my pre-market breakout strategy, where it takes into account of the last 15 minutes before market opens, then you're going to want to set this next day open to 9:15. Okay. 9:15. And you're going to want to set start of New York session at 9:30. Honestly, this might be a better approach. You're going to save this. So every time you want to go, you're like the day's ending, whatever, you want to click next session, next session, next session. It'll take you, or you can click next day open and then click the play button and it'll take you like this, right? Click this button will show the next candle of whatever time frame you're on. Okay, this is the 1 minute time frame right here. Let me just keep this down here. This button is going to be one of your like most handy tools. It's going to kind of let you play forward the data. If you guys have TradingView replay mode, you guys know what this feature does. This allows you to go through the data and play the data forward based on whatever time frame you select. So if you select the 1 minute time frame, it's going to play forward. When you click this, it's going to play forward the 1 minute candles. Okay, the 1 minute candles. Okay, so you see each candle run the 1 minute time frame. 1 minute candle is formed when we click on these. Now, this is the slider represents the speed of which you want to play the candles at. So if you press play, you can see how fast the candles are being printed. If we speed it up, it's going to print a lot faster. Okay, let me just do this so it auto things it. If we press it lower, it's going to do it a lot slower. I think it's by second or how many candles per second. So this is 1 candle per second. This is 16 per second, I believe. Oh, that's pretty handy. So a cool trick you can do with FX Replay, honestly, I didn't know they implemented this, is on TradingView replay mode, you can only view the candles being played on whatever time frame you're on. But on FX Replay, what you can do is you can go all the way down to the 1 second time frame. And if you could play the 1 second time frame replay mode or play forward the 1 second candles while you're on a 1 minute chart. Now let me play this and you guys will completely understand what I'm saying. If I play this, you guys see the candles forming just like you would on a real-time chart on a 1 minute candle, right? Every second the candle's updating. So this FX Replay has the data for literally the 1 second chart, and I don't think you get that in the other packages as well. You get it only on the premium package. That's why I say go for the max package, because you have the seconds chart. So now you can see the candles changing live. You get even more data than you would when you're just watching 1 minute candles, which is very, very helpful for those of you who want to kind of simulate the live market. So FX Replay is a really handy tool for you guys to kind of practice your intuition, get your strategy down if you have more of a discretionary strategy and not a systematic strategy. Kind of like how I trade. My trading strategy is not as robotic. It requires a decent amount of discretion to know what is a valid momentum candle, what is a valid trend look like, and how does it form, how's the momentum candle forming, how's the pullback forming. And it's a lot different when you're watching the live market form compared to watching a candle open, only the open, high, low, close on a replay mode on TradingView. So very, very handy tool. You guys can speed up the 1 second candle, 1 second, 1 second candles within the 1 minute candle updating, the frequency of it updating a lot quicker. Or you can slow it down if you want to make it a lot slower. You see how much slower it's updating. Literally, you can make it so it's a real live market as well. If you put it kind of to like 3, it'll kind of simulate. 3 is a little quick, but I think around like 1 is kind of what it is, the real market. So you get that, or you can speed it up. I personally, when I'm backtesting, I would leave it on like 9 because it's fast enough to know it's fast enough to get the data quick because you're backtesting. You're not trying to trade the live market. This is for backtesting purposes. Or you can slow it down if you want it slower. I would personally keep it at like 9, 8. If I wanted to go past some random time that I'm in, I would put it 16, whatever. But that's this bottom portion. You guys can also put on the higher time frame. Let's say you want to skip every 15 minutes. You do that, 15 minutes will go by. You press this button again, 15 minutes will go by. Again, 15 minutes. This time frame is the chart. So if we're on the 15 minutes and we're looking at the 15-minute like a replay mode, this will form 1 candle because we're on the 15-minute time frame with a 15-minute replay functionality. Now, you can do the same thing again. 1 hour, it'll form more candles. It'll every hour, but we're on the 15-minute candle time frame on the chart. So let's go back to the 1 minute. Now that we're done with that, let's go back to the next day. All right, so we're going to want to go to the 15-minute. Here's a quick trick you can quickly do this. Go to 15. Also go to 1 minute. You just keep pressing this till you get to like right before market open, which is 6:29 for me. It's 9:29 for Eastern time. And then from there on out, you can start playing your strategy. All right. So that pretty much sums up how you're going to use the main backtesting tool. Now, how do you take your trades? For example, let's say we're using our pre-market breakout strategy or whatever. Honestly, it doesn't even matter. Let's say at market open, let's say we want to place a limit order. I'll go over the different orders you can place with this as well. So let's say we want to place a limit order, whatever. Before you want to place your order, make sure you have this tool. Here, let's add to favorite so it's easy to view. We'll add this tool. You're going to want to use a long position and short position to actually take your trades. So we'll plot down our long position right here. Okay, let's say we want to take a trade. If price comes up to here, okay, hits this level, or honestly, you could say like, for example, let's say price breaks this level. Let's get a trend line or a horizontal line right here. Price breaks this level, we want to get in. So we'll put it right here. We're going to say our stop loss is a 16-point stop loss, and we're going to target, for example, a 20 point take profit. Okay, 1.25 restore our trade. whatever. This is not an actual strategy. I'm just testing on a random trade to show you guys how you're going to actually take your entries if you want to do a limit order. So as soon as price breaks this line, like not even a candle closure, as soon as it moves past it, we're going to want to enter and place an order of a limit order and get into our long position. So you're going to want to make sure you clicked onto the actual position tool. You'll know if you clicked on it if the metrics are being shown when you're not hovering over it, or if this blue area is this area is blue. You're going to click place order. Automatically all the stats are filled out for you in terms of how much you're risking, how much your stop loss is, and you take profit. All you have to do, you guys can adjust this as well, and then go back and place order, and you'll see your stop loss is adjusted. But okay, we can't do Control Z, so let's go back to 16 points. We're gonna want to click place order. Oops. Place order, and then you could select whatever risk size you want. This is risk of the account. So if you're risking 1% of the account, that means if this trade goes against us, hits our stop loss after we're in, we're going to lose 1% of our account, which is $500. Okay. And if we win, our estimated profit is $625. Now, you guys can choose whatever risk percentage you guys want. I would recommend anywhere from 0.5 to 1%. Okay, 2% is a little high especially for funded accounts, for those of you guys who are not really like professional yet. But you guys can always increase your risk tolerance as you go and based on how you guys trade. But general rule of thumb is 0.5 to 1% risk is ideal. Or another way you can view it is 10% of your max drawdown on your account size. Okay, that's another way you can also view it. But I like to approach it, since I'm trading with 50K, 0.5% to 1% of the account. Now, let's say we risk 0.5% on this trade. Let's do 1% just because like more money and it's easier. So position size contracts, you can enter with 1.5 position size unless you're trading micros. So what you can do, restrict position size. Now whatever position is closest, it will lock it to that. So one contract is the closest to our original risk, our 1% risk. So it's going to leave us with one contract. If we want to do 2%, the closest is 3 contracts. If you want to do 1%, closest is 1 contract. So 0.7, we're gonna have to do 1 contract. Let's do 1 contract. Okay, we're gonna lose 320 on this trade. If we end up hitting stop loss, we're gonna make 400. So now you guys want to see this play out? Let's see it play out. Next thing you're gonna do is press save. Okay, this is gonna allow you to buy limit can only be placed below the current price. Oh, okay, I take that back. We're not gonna do a limit order. We're gonna do a stop order. Okay, you're going to have to place a stop. If you want to place a limit order, for example, for a buy above, you're going to have to place a stop order. Okay, and if you want to place, if this thing was below, like meaning we want to see, quick little rundown on these different orders, by the way, that you guys might need to understand. A buy stop is one wherever, let's say price is moving up. Okay, let's say our position is over here. If we want us to get filled when price is going up, filled for a long position, that is called a buy stop. Right? If price moves up, goes up to here, passes this entry point, and we get filled, this is a buy stop order. We're not going to put a limit order. A limit order is the ones where if price falls down to a certain limit, let's say this is down here. If price falls to a certain limit and then we get an entry for a buy order, right? This is where our buy limit is. It's called a limit order when it's at the below the price. We're going to get into our buy order and then we're going to hope it goes up and expect that we want to take advantage of a bullish move. That is a limit order when we want price to go down first and then get filled into our position. If our order is above the current price, it is a buy stop. If it is below the current price, it is a buy limit. So let's put this back here. Honestly, let's put it up. Let's put it like over here just so we get a trade. Actually, whatever. Let's see if this plays out. So buy stop, position size, save. Now you're gonna know your orders are placed down over here once you see this on the side. Now, okay, I did not change this to the lower time frame. Okay, that played out very, very fast. But you guys see down here the realized P&L, unrealized P&L account balance and the results of that trade. Let's run another trade so you guys can see the results. Honestly, this time we'll play short position so you guys can see this play out. So we'll place a short order right here. This time, actually, we'll do a market order. So you're going to want to drag this at the top over here. And we're going to want to place an order. Also, we'll make it a little bit bigger so we can see the result happen. So we're going to click place order. This time, we're going to do a market order. So we're going to do market because we're going to want to enter right now immediately. Like at this exact moment, we're going to want to enter. Putting our position tool right here. Place order, market, our risk percentage, risk amount. We're going to restrict the position size again. We're going to do closest to 1%. which is going to give us a $325 loss and an estimated profit of $560 if this wins. Okay, and you guys can see the stop loss and placement and details over here. You guys can also add tags if you want. I don't usually use this. I track it on Notion, but we'll go over that in a second. Now, also, if you guys do use a break-even stop loss, you can implement that over here as well. So let's click save. Now you see our position is in. We are executed because this is dark colored, and let's let this play out. So I'm gonna play it like this, so you guys can see. Let's slow this down actually, so you guys can see this play out. It looks like the live market. So candles playing out. We're in our trade. You see the profit. What's happening? Are we gonna get a trade? Are we gonna hit take profit? Let's see what's going on. If you guys want to see the result quicker, you can speed it up as well, right? Now we wait. Are we gonna take profit? And there you go. Take profit was smacked on that one. So you guys saw that smack our take profit. Realized P&Ls over here. Also, I don't think I paid attention, but you guys will see the unrealized P&L moving up and down as well while you're in the trade, because that's what unrealized means. Unrealized is the ones that's not closed. Realized is once you close your position, the profit that you closed will go over here for your realized P&L. Okay. So we won that trade. You guys remember we were negative before our account balance was red, and now our P&L is back to green, right? Our realized P&L is our total profit and loss on the account. P&L, realized profit and loss. And now it's back to green because we won this trade. We made around like what, $400, I think it was, something around 400. So now you guys can do that, erase that. Now you have all your data saved. If you guys want to actually journal your trades, let's say we place a order. Yeah, place an order. You could save and journal. That's gonna pop up a window where, okay, order not complete, whatever. Screw you. It's going to allow you to journal your trades on FX Replay, but we want to journal on Notion. Okay, Notion is going to be our guide to actually journaling our trades. So I'm going to, hold on, let me see. Did we cover everything here? So these are indicators you guys can also add. If you're trading my strategy of the trend following momentum strategy, you're going to want to add the regular moving average because they don't have a simple moving average indicator on here. You're going to want to click this, change the length to 200, and then you have your indicator over here. So honestly, this is kind of like a valid trade for our momentum strategy. I'm not going to lie, because we did get a momentum candle. The price, only thing was the moving average was just barely flat and was moving up. So a little risky to play a downside move. Hey, it worked though. So you guys saw that happen. Now, let's see. What else is there to cover? So the news going on over here, you guys can see today is Wednesday. So we're going to want to look down here. We only had unemployment change at pre-market, 5:15 a.m. This is my time zone, right? This is going to be 8:15 a.m. Eastern time. So that's going to be in pre-market. And you guys are basically going to want to keep using this platform, keep backtesting, doing the same things that I'm doing, tracking your trades. And then if we go to our homepage, you're going to see, let's create for a session. We already created it, bro. What are you talking about? So you can see our overall win rate. We lost one trade and we won one trade. Wait, didn't we take two trades? We took two trades. Anyways, this should say two, but our overall win rate is 50% because we won one and we lost one. And we have backtested for 1 day and 6 hours, like total historical data. And we've only traded backtest for 15 minutes. Now, you guys are going to see all the different symbols you trade here, your win rate, your time invested every day. You can view the stats on it over here, more detailed stats, your total P&L. So we started first trade, ended up being negative 320, made profit on that second trade. We ended up hitting 240 profit. See, two trades total, 1 out of 1 for 1. So we won one, we lost one. Right, the left is going to be winners. I think the right is going to be losers. Break-even trades, we didn't have any break-even trades. 50% win rate, account balance, total P&L, average risk to reward, 1.72. I don't know if this considers our losses. Average ideal RR. Okay, why is that 0.25? Oh, it's because we took a loss. Okay, I think it's because we took a loss. But your stats will look more, you'll understand more stats as you take more trades. I think because we took two trades, it's a little hard to understand what the stats are trying to point out. But total winners, one winner, best win. I mean, we only have one winner and one loser, so it's telling us the stats on the best and the average is the same. More details on this on our trades and win rate, a lot more stats on the actual max RR and profit, performance by time, performance by day. So it's going to be really, really handy so you guys can also track a lot of stats on this as well. Okay, honestly, you guys might not even need Notion for Notion for tracking, but the reason I say Notion is good is for optimizing purposes. But honestly, I think if you guys take some more trades, it will be it'll show a lot more data, because I didn't know they had this performance by time, which is honestly a really good point. Which is honestly a really good factor, but it says it only shows per hour of the day, which is not that great. You're going to want to see exactly by like every minute, if you can, the details of your trades, but about you entering. So there's a lot of stats you guys can go over here. Performance by day as well. Monday, you can see the win rate, win and loss on every single day. This is a very handy feature as well. I did not thought they have this. I did not look into all these deep statistics, because you guys know, if you guys heard me before, I say I track my trades with Notion. But one of the things I was going to help you guys set up was understanding whether or not what days you perform poorly on, and this FX replay is going to be really, really handy. So the good thing is with the Notion, with the journaling software, the journaling video I told you guys I made earlier, that you guys saw my journaling template, you guys can also track your performance on your live trades, because you're not going to be live trading on FX replay. This is for testing purposes. So, but for back testing, this is going to be really handy, because you can actually see the days that you perform really well on. So let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you have a lot of green days. You end up doing really green and very low red. But Fridays, for some reason, you're red. You end up being red. Like your total trades on all the Fridays is a lot more red than green. And your performance is really poor, specifically on Fridays, by a significant amount. So what you would do in that case is you would either risk a lot lower on Fridays, take only the A+ setups, or you would completely just restrict out Fridays. If you get enough trades, you would just completely restrict out Fridays to maximize your performance, right? That's how you guys are going to use the performance and these analytics to your advantage. Same aspect with the time. Since I have only like 2 trades, I think it only plots it by the hour, which is a little annoying. I'm going to make a part 2 video to this, honestly, backtesting part 2, about using Notion to track, because this video is already a little bit long for just backtesting with FX replay. But if you take more trades, and this shows you with a specific minute by minute, that'll be really helpful, because then you can see, for example, what honestly works with me in terms of me taking trade in terms of time, and I've seen other people as well, is trading within the first 3 minutes of market open doesn't really do well. At least for me, and I've heard some other people also don't perform well in the first few minutes, because there's a lot of volatility in that first 3 to 5, maybe even 7 minutes, as soon as New York session market open begins at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. That maybe avoiding that first initial spike in volatility will be really helpful, and waiting till price chills out a little bit and just kind of playing with consistent price action instead of really strong, almost like unpredictable volatility. So if this can tell you minute by minute your performance, that'll be really handy. But honestly, I don't think it does. So we'll kind of explain more about how you can track your trades minute by minute and see when you perform really good or really poorly, depending on the time, when I use Notion and when I show you guys on Notion on the next video. You can also see your performance by month on your backtesting. Very, very handy. If you have a very poor month, you can go back and see what caused you to be poor that month. Was it what went wrong? Was it just your strategy? Was it you messing up on your backtesting? You also see it day by day on this calendar right here, which is pretty handy. And then there's some more features over here. Let's go. So this is our backtest session, right? Monthly performance, daily performance, equity curve right here, total PNL, win rate restored, monthly gain loss, weekly, daily. Here's gonna be all the trades we took over here. Let's see, session settings. Okay. Also, you guys can also add some of your settings down here as well. You can change your account balance. You can also add a specific strategy to your session. So let's say this session is specifically meant for testing one type of strategy. We don't have any strategy selected here, so I'll show you guys how to create one right now. Also, you can enable spread and commissions, which are going to be very, very handy for you guys to also simulate the live market. So NQ, let's say the spread is, I don't know how this wants us to do it. I have to see in the settings. Okay, so the difference between the bid and the ask in cents. Okay, so this is in cents. For Forex, the difference is measured in pips. So we're going to want to put 25 cents, because usually the spread is going to be between the bid and the ask 25 cents on NQ, right? Because each tick is 25 cents, and you're going to usually see the bid and the ask spread by 25 cents in terms of the tick. Right, one tick is like 25 cents. Commissions. So commissions, we can honestly put this to around $1, 1.2, because I think that's how much it is on average on Ninja Trader. I forgot exactly what it is, but I think its commission is 1.2 on round, like when you're buying and selling. So you can set this up and enable these commissions, right? Very, very handy because you guys don't want to be trading and losing bread or being break even and not counting spread and commissions. And let's say you've taken hundreds of trades and you haven't even taken account of spread and commission, which would cause you to be down by several $100s, right? So it's very handy to keep these around because you have these in the live market. You can't just backtest without these, right? But if you do backtest without it, you're going to want to incorporate it somehow at the end of your data when you finish. You can also, I guess, I don't know if you can adjust these actually. You can't change the initial date, but you can change the end date, I guess it looks like. So smooth candles, I honestly don't know what this does. I think it makes it so the candles don't have any gaps, but we'll leave that there. Select pairs. We can't select any. But now let's go back to changing your actual strategy. Okay, or actually building a strategy. So what is this panel? This is the home page. This is the, okay, this is the strategies panel. So let's create a strategy. We're going to create our momentum trend following strategy. We're going to type in MTF for momentum trend following. We're going to write momentum trend following strategy, RO trades. Create. So this is our strategy. Now, when we go to whatever chart, whatever backtest session we have, if we want to dedicate a specific strategy to the backtest, we go to session settings, backtest strategy, select that, we save changes. So now everything we do on this backtest will be considered towards our MTF strategy. So if you have multiple strategies you're testing, maybe you have different backtesting sessions, you guys can go and add new strategies and connect that to the backtesting session. So you guys, instead of seeing the data on each session, you guys can combine sessions. Okay, let's say you backtest for this period, October 1st to February 5th, and you want to go backtest even further. You're going to have to create a new session from, for example, let's say January of 2024 up until October 2024, and you're going to want to connect that to your MTF strategy. Now, that's going to have all the data for your MTF strategy from the beginning of January to the February today, all on this strategy section's details, analytics. So if you go to analytics, pretty much the same things, same concepts, all the winners, losses, risk to reward, ideal average, your stats, and your total trades, win rate, profit and loss, and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's going to be pretty much, let's see, what else do we have here? Checklist. Let's see, what is this? Checklist, test. Let's see, what is this? Oh, I think this is if you want to take your trades, you want to make sure you have the checklist. This will be pretty handy. Let's see. I've never used this before, but let's see. Looks like all these are required. That's like the main things we want to look for. Honestly, we'll just leave it like that. I want to see this as a quick thing. How does this work? So does this mean if I want to take my trades? Okay, by the way, you go back here to go back to resume your session. Okay, it's going to take you back to kind of where we ended it, which was right here. If you guys remember, we had the big dump, put a sell order, hit profit. Now let's say we want to take another sell order trade. Place order, we're going to want to do a market order. Place a market order with our let's say we want to risk one contract. We're going to, let's see, where's that checklist? I don't know where that checklist is. Checklist. Yeah, I don't know how to incorporate that. Also, one thing you guys should also change, go to your settings, go to your backtesting, and enable this mode, enable replay, and enable go-to feature. I don't really know what this part is, but I think it allows you to go to any specific date in the backtesting. This will be handy if you want to go back and review a certain trade on a specific date if, let's say, it messes up. Also, enable Monte Carlo. I don't really know how this is incorporated, but Monte Carlo is a really handy tool. If I kind of realize how they incorporated on the platform, then I'll make a video on it or I'll explain it in the Discord. By the way, my Discord is completely free right now, guys. If you guys want to check it out, join it down in the description. But this is going to be the Monte Carlo simulation. If you guys don't know what this is, I highly recommend you guys look into it. It's going to be a very handy tool for running a simulation on your statistics and kind of finding the best and worst case scenarios for your trades in terms of kind of making sure your strategy is robust and your stats are really good stats. So let's see. What did I want to show you guys? Yeah, enable all these. Enable replay. This will allow you to go back to any date. Let's say you want to go back and replay a certain day again. You're gonna have to go back, but this might cause you to lose your trades. I think journal templates. Don't know what this is. Spread. You can add these, but we already added it into our session. These are deleted sessions, and yeah, let's see. What did I want to show you guys? Also, for that replay functionality, now you guys can see replay to this date button right here. So if you guys want to replay back in time, you guys can press that button. But what did I want to show you guys? I wanted to show you something. It was a checklist. I don't know. I couldn't find what the checklist is for. If you guys figured out, use it. But I guess you can also journal your trades here, but it's not going to be the same way as Notion. Not as robust as Notion, and this is going to be your analytics section. Same, you guys saw it before. Same stuff, same shit. Oh, this is the Monte Carlo simulation. That's sick. Okay, so we can run number of simulations. Let's say 10 trades per simulation. Let's say 50. Start bounce this, average gain, average loss, and our win rate. Oh, this is sick. So this is going to tell you kind of the different, based on your stats of your average gain and average loss and the win rate, what an equity curve may look like, right? There's if we put like 500, that'll be more accurate. We could put 50 here. So you guys can see this is what the equity curve, the different potential equity curves will look like with a 50% win rate with a, let's do actually the 600, 1 to 2. So 600, 300, or we can do 450 because that's a little more close to break even. So you guys can see these are the different results that could look like for a potential strategy with these statistics, right? If you put 600, this is what the different potential equity curves could look like with traders with this statistic. So go ahead, input your statistics. Let's say one of my strategies has a 45% win rate with a 1 to 2. Honestly, if we factor in fees and whatnot, which I don't know if this factors in, it could probably be 1.8. So 1.8, I'll just put like 550. Honestly, 550. So this is kind of the equity curve that can look like. And the more simulations, the more you run, the more you can kind of see. You guys saw that. Hold on, let me do that again. Let's just get a very out of place one. So you guys see this. An equity curve that's still profitable might even have a, this starts at what, 50K? Did this fall below 50K at some point? I want to see this. Oh no, it didn't. 50K is like down there. So you guys see there's these equity curves that are still profitable have some times where they're literally in drawdown for probably many trades, like 10, 20, 30 trades, they're in drawdown. This is why I say you need, the more data you can collect on your systems, the more realistic and the more accurate your data will be, because you need to test your stats and trades on a very long-term basis. This is 500 trades, right? So you guys can see profitable strategies have drawdown periods of of literally 50 trades or some sort. I'm sure this is not a very short period. This is a decent amount of trades over here, right? Or you can look like this green one at the top. But what you guys can estimate is you're probably going to be in the average somewhere in the middle over here, right? One of these middle ones. So just keep running them and you guys can see the different combination, if we do like, let's keep this at 500. But let's run like 10. I think this might be easier for us to see. So you guys can see these are the different, like at least 10 different simulations. The more you do, the more like different things it'll tell you, the more different variations. Like look at this one. This one ended up being in drawdown for a little while before it ended up being in profit, right? These are like the worst case scenario at the bottom over here. This is the best case scenario at the top. So this one actually, did it go drawdown? No, it barely hit break even. Started at around 50K, went in drawdown a little bit, and then pushed up, went and drawdown again, and then now it's back up in profit, right? That's the worst case scenario. But then if you look at the best case scenario, how do we drag this? I don't know how we drag this up, but you guys can see the best case scenario at the top, literally strong move to the upside with their equity curve. So, and it tells you the different stats. So the max consecutive losses for any of these equity curves was 15 max losses. The max consecutive wins was 14. So that's kind of now you guys can see. So if you have a strategy that has 5 losses, you shouldn't worry, because a strategy with this win rate can even have a 15 consecutive loss streak and still be profitable, because you guys can see that our equity curve of this is still green even after this many trades, right? So The more data you have, let's say if you put like 5,000 trades, I don't know if this will work. Oh, it can only max 3,000. Let's change to 10 in case we don't break the software. Your max losses might be, you might see some more like even bigger numbers here because you have a lot more trades to take into account for your data. But use these stats to your advantage to kind of put like a anchor point as to kind of saying, okay, my strategy is working as long as we don't fall under these max consecutive wins and losses, okay, or these max consecutive losses. If we have a 4 losing streak, we shouldn't just lose faith in our strategy, because looking at this equity curve with our stats, and if our stats are actually true from what we've tested, we know that having a 13 consecutive, like if you have a 4 consecutive losing streak, that doesn't mean it doesn't work, because this strategy right here with this profitable statistics has a 13 max consecutive losing streak. So total wins, total losses, minimum balance, max balance. This is like the result and the minimum result at the end of these 3,000 trades, the max at the end of the 3,000 trades, the average profit factor. So yeah, a lot of stats you guys can look at. Now we're going to end the video there for just an FX replay guide. I'm going to make a part 2 video explaining how I incorporate this with Notion, and that'll be the next video. All right, guys, let me know down in the description or down in the comment section if you have any questions. And again, down in the description, there's going to be a link to the software so you guys can sign up and get started literally ASAP. So use their free trial, get the max tier package, and yeah, you guys got this shit. Let's get it.